We're on the record in cause number 325764. State of Texas versus Jeremiah Grant. Mr. Grant, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Grant, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Okay, Mr. Grant, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Grant? You doing all right? All right. Mr. Grant, I have before me the information which states that on or about October 6th of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, you were charged with the Class A misdemeanor offense of evading arrest, detention. You understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Grant, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? No contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Okay, now, Mr. Grant, I have before me what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. Do you recognize this document? And on page 2 of this same document, Mr. Grant, there are a set of initials on the line that says NOLA contingent. There's some initials on the line stating that you do not request discovery of evidence, and you waive your right to request discovery in this case. You reckon, are these your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, Mr. Grant, is that your signature above the line that says defendant? And on the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, is that your signature on the line that says defendant? There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top here. The first box says that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box says that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that? Now, Mr. Grant, I also have before me 2 documents. The first document is titled The Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. And on the bottom line, on the line that says, I want to waive my right to an attorney and represent myself, are those your initials? And is that your signature on the line that says defendant? Also, I have before me a waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding to trial. And is this your signature on the line that says defendant? Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did you have an opportunity to review the documents? And did you review the documents? And did you understand what you reviewed? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer State's 2, which is the PC affidavit for this case.
Okay, Mr. Grant, the state is offering State's Exhibit number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2 to be used as evidence against you in this case. State's Exhibit number 1 is the document that have your initials on page 2 and your signature on page 3. Now, State's Exhibit number 2 is the document, we call it the PC affidavit or probable cause affidavit. It's also referred to as the police report. Is it all right for the state to use these documents as evidence in your case? Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2 will be admitted. Now, Mr. Grant, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? None? Okay, Mr. Grant, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So the court has accepted your plea of no contest. Now, Ms. Ramos, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, and it's for 90 days to be probated over 1 year probation, no fine, and 80 hours community service.
I see that judgment. Mr. Grant, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you would not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you will be on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you would not be required to pay a fine. However, you will be required to pay a court cost of $352. You'll also be required to pay probation fees of $60, a analysis fee of $15 per month. And this comes to a total of $110 per month. Would you be able to pay the $110 per month?
I don't think so. I'm already doing like another probation.
Did you speak up, please?
I'm already like paying another probation.
You're already paying another probation where? In Jefferson County?
Yes, Your Honor, he's on a probation in another misdemeanor case. That probation, it looks like, was extended in December for 3 more months. So he'd be on probation until I think March, as long as he completes everything there in that case, and then he'll have this probation as well.
Okay, so now you'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service. Do you understand that? Now, what will happen in this case, the probation fee of $60, because you're already on probation, you're already paying $60 per month. Is that correct? And so that will continue until that probation ends, which means you won't have to pay the $60 in this probation fee, in this probation until that other one ends. And then when it ends, then you're gonna be on this one probation, and then you'll pay this probation fee. Do you understand that? Now, that will drop your probation fees $60, so it'll be $50 a month. You'll be able to pay that? Okay, now you need to tell the probation office when you get over there, let them know that you're already on probation so that they'll be able to make those adjustments. Now, these numbers are going to stay in this judgment, and then you'll bring the judgment over to them. They'll make the adjustments on the judgment. Do you understand that? All right. Now, do you think that the state's offer is, do you understand the state's offer? And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Okay. I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you've entered into with the state. Stand over here on the X in front of the court clerk and follow her directions. And Mr. Grant,